Quite simply, this is what our shareholders have entrusted us to do, is to search the globe for opportunities to invest for long-term returns. So what attracted us to Ukraine is a number of factors. First, the long-term potential of this country. There's an incredible wealth of human capital, of agricultural endowment, and Ukraine is strategically in a very important position vis-a-vis Europe and the East. So we were very encouraged by the long-term potential. It's a country that, despite some of the short-term fiscal issues, has very little indebtedness, less than close to 40% debt to GDP, which is a very manageable amount. So from a bondholder investor standpoint, it made a lot of sense. Then the crisis came, and what encouraged us was the response of crisis management. And I think the current government has done an exceptional job of tackling not just the short-term issues, but really setting the stage for Ukraine to flourish over the next 5 to 10 years, putting in place very difficult but very important structural reforms. The other factor that is encouraging is the international community's response. It has been a very cooperative and proactive relationship that has brought together the US, Europe, the IMF, the World Bank in a very close dialogue to come up with a reform package that can ensure both the long-term success as well as the short-term solvency or short-term liquidity issues. And lastly, what attracted us was the universal consensus that it was not going to work. Now, just because the market doesn't like it doesn't necessitate that we do like it, but we do look for situations that are out of favor. When we go to the country, when we're on the ground like we are right now here in Kiev, it's a very different story than maybe is portrayed in the Western media or the conventional wisdom in the market. So being on the ground, understanding the situation, seeing the long-term potential, that's why we're invested in Ukraine. Certainly there is a crisis. One only has to walk 500 yards to the left here and see the square and see the evidence of the challenges that this country has faced. However, adversity doesn't define a country. It's how a people respond to adversity that defines a country. And I think the crisis response, the coming together of the people here to make steps in the right direction is very encouraging, very heroic in many senses. And we're excited to be part of this transformation that we see happening over the next 5 to 10 years.